Now, the clan leader in the White House might want to whitewash history, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let it happen. I'm going to talk about actual history. And I hope that it pisses off a lot of you white supremacist MAGA, you misogynistic pigs that couldn't vote for the black woman. That's what it's designed to. And it's also designed for another purpose. For too long in this country, people that look like me have sat on their asses and hid behind their privilege, and that has got to stop right now if we are ever going to be a great country. And let me reiterate, we have never been a great country for everybody. So the lost cause was started after the losers, the Confederacy in the South, which is what they are, losers, lost. And instead of this country of ours having them sign anything or putting people in prison or punishing them for secession and wanting to hold on to black people like property, we just let them go on their merry way. And what happened is this movement called the Lost Cause, which is kind of what MAGA is, a lost cause, started. And they said, oh no, it was about states' rights. Oh, let's build statues to Robert E. Lee. Let's worship these people that died. They're not heroes. The vice president of the Confederacy, in his cornerstone speech, said this. His name is Vice President Alexander H. Stephens. Our new government is founded upon exactly the opposite idea. Its foundations are laid, its cornerstone rests upon the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man, that slavery, subordination to the superior race in his natural and normal conditions. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was about states' rights. It's not. See, it's a bunch of bullshit. And that's the same thing that MAGA is, because MAGA is the modern day Confederacy. They don't want to lose, and they don't want to accept it. It's fake news. It's rigged. None of it's real. So what happened is a bunch of white supremacists in the South created these organizations to worship Robert E. Lee as if he was some kind of patriot, just like they're worshiping the convicted felon and rapist and pedophile in the White House, right? Because they don't want to admit that they're wrong. Look, this country was founded on white supremacy. It was founded by racist pieces of shit founding fathers that own black people. They designed it to benefit 21-year-old land-owning white people. Black people were 3/5 of a person. In 1860s, one of the Supreme Court justices said that a black person is not considered a U.S. citizen. This is not new. This is what this country was on. But see, what happens is a lot of trailer park trash MAGA that have the IQ of a grapefruit say, this is a great Christian nation. And it started with the lost cause. Because they've been told a lie that this is the great, the best. It was states' rights, states' rights, states' rights. It was about slavery. Let's see what Mississippi said during this time. Our position is thoroughly identified with the institution of slavery, the greatest material interest of the world. Its labor supplies the product of constituents by far the largest and most important portions of commerce on the earth. These products are peculiar to the climate verging on the tropical regions. By an imperious law of nature, none but the black race can bear exposure to the tropical sun. Mississippi is literally saying that black people basically were designed by God to pick people's cottons because only they can bear exposure to the tropical sun. Fuck you, pieces of shit. Let's see what Texas has to say. She was received into the Confederacy with her own constituents under the guarantee of the federal Constitution and the compact of annexation, that she would enjoy these blessings and the institution of African slavery. The servitude of the African to the white race within her limits, a relation that had existed from the first settlement of her wilderness by the white race, and which her people intended should exist in all her future time. Wow. Sounds like it was all about states' rights, nothing to do with slavery. And we've allowed this, like a fungus, like mold, to go unchecked, to go unchallenged. Because the people in the Confederacy put their heads up their ass. Don't you think that the Klan leader, it's very rich that he wants to defend the Confederate statues? Watch this clip really quick.
They felt very strongly about the monument to Robert E. Lee, a great general. Whether you like it or not, he was one of the great generals. I've spoken to many generals here, right at the White House, and many people thought of the generals. They think that he was maybe their favorite general. People were there protesting the taking down of the monument of Robert E. Lee.
He worships Robert E. Lee like he worships Vladimir Putin. Because he's a white supremacist. He is their Klan leader. He is the modern day Robert E. Lee. He is worshiping a man who fought to keep black people. Some people think it's great. Well, they're dumbasses. And so are you if you think that's okay. You want to put up statues of Robert E. Lee who fought to keep people based on the color of their skin against their will? Fed them to alligators, put them in boiling pots of hot sugar, then beat them with whips, forced them to work all day and night, wouldn't let them see their families? That's the guy you think is a hero. That's the guy that needs a statue. Why don't you go put up statues of slaves in the South? All the people that you beat and whipped and put in trees. Why don't you remember that part of history? See, you don't want to because you want to put your heads up your ass and you only want white history. You don't want to see actual history. And that's what this is going back to. It's a lost cause. And we're not speaking loud enough against it. And they're so close to getting it, but they don't want to admit it. Watch this clip with this white supremacist Confederate lover here talking to a black man. Watch this.
So why do you carry that flag? Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm?
My
family was. Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
See, his dumb ass almost walked right into it. But his pride, his lost cause that he's grown up in, won't allow him to see it because he's too ignorant. He's been raised to worship the Confederacy. He is proud that his grandfather fought to keep black people against their will. That's what these people are. So when the Klan leader in the White House says, I love the highly uneducated, this is it. This indoctrination has started since the beginning. We never stopped fighting the Civil War. We just moved it from the battlefield to the political scale. That's all we've done. And now they have their modern day Robert E. Lee in the White House. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let history go away. There has to be more people that look like me. Because I can tell you this, I talk to a lot of people online. A lot of people that follow me that are black. And they're sick and tired of dealing with this shit. And I don't blame them. And do you know why? Because enough people that don't look like me won't get out of their privilege and say what I'm saying right now. What MAGA wants is white history. They don't want actual history. They don't want to be uncomfortable. They don't want to know that this is a racist country that was run and designed for white people. They don't want to hear it. It makes them uncomfortable. Well, that's too goddamn bad. And I'm not going to stand for it. It's time that my demographic stood up and stopped sitting on their ass and hiding behind your privilege and actually used it for good. Just like I'm doing right here. The Confederacy were losers. And if you still support Confederacy, you are too.